What kind of life do I want? Where do I see myself in 5 years' time? Where do I see myself in 10 years' time? Because time is flying. It doesn't give a shit about you. And if you don't get off your ass and fucking take action, you're going to be the one that looks back after 5 or 10 years and go and be in the same fucking spot. You need that pain because your pain is your power. Your pain is your rocket fuel. That's why you're going to succeed. Because they came to bring you down. But you're too good for that, man. You're too powerful. You won't be fucking defeated. You won't be brought down. No matter what anyone fucking says to you, you're never going to fucking be defeated. You become so unconscious with the things that you're doing that it becomes normal. You don't even realize that you're doing it. Hence why practicing gratitude, grounding yourself every day, looking around consciously at what you have, what you've achieved, who you've become, self-reflection. Because it's so easy to lose sight, so easy to not feel enough, so easy to think that, oh my gosh, I'm not where I'm supposed to fucking be. And it's like, man, look where the fuck you are, man. Like, ask yourself the question right now, what are you dependent on? What is it outside of your body, outside of yourself? If I don't have that, I'm not good enough. Don't allow somebody else's inability to love you ruin it for somebody else up ahead who will be able to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. I'm Luke, and you're listening to the Luke Mind Power Podcast. Welcome back to another episode on the Luke Mind Power Podcast. Guys, it is absolutely extraordinary to be here with you guys. And I think that one of the most extraordinary things that's happening right now is the fact that you are breathing, you are alive. And it's something that we just forget all the time because we're so unconscious. We're so pushing forward every single day on our goals, our dreams, our ambitions. Everything that you want to achieve in your life is only going to manifest simply because you do not stop. You don't quit. You fall, you get back the fuck up. Okay. And so that's definitely the challenge. Unconsciously, you're in this paradigm of your habits all the time, and you forget to be grateful. Every day is an opportunity to learn. And every week, when you go through a challenge, when you go through a downfall, because you're going to have them. You're going to fail, you're going to fall, you're going to trip. Shit's going to happen. It's not going to be easy all the time. You got to get out of your head that life is supposed to be easy, that things are just going to work out for you, right? It's all going to be fucking nice. It's not going to be nice. It's going to be fucking shit. It's going to be hard, right? But you're harder. You're stronger. And let me tell you, man, what doesn't kill you makes you live longer. It's the truth. If you're not dead, you're blessed. The only people that don't have problems are people that are dead, okay? And I know that you can easily go, well, I'm in a dark place. I don't want to be here, right? You think I haven't thought suicidal thoughts? Of course I have. Would I go that far? No fucking way. My purpose is too big. I used to be afraid of actually saying that, to be honest, because when I was deep in the cocaine, there were thoughts like that. There were suicidal thoughts. There were thoughts like taking my own life. That's how hard life can be. That you don't want to be here anymore. Maybe it's just challenge after challenge. Maybe it's rejection after rejection after rejection after rejection. And you just want to give up. I may not be able to feel what you feel. I may not have been through what you've been through. Because you can be on the other side of this listening and going, yeah, but you don't understand, Luke. You don't feel what I feel. You don't know my story. You don't know what I've been through. My job is not to put myself in your shoes and know exactly what you've been through. My job is to have enough self-awareness because of the depth of what I've done with my own healing, because of the depth of how I have taken action and done things that are uncomfortable to help me to heal. The depth that I have taken in order to love myself, accept myself, honor myself, purify myself, liberate myself. The depth of what I've done to me to get me to where I'm at today so that then I can love you, because that's what we need. Love. You want to heal, you want to grow, you want to overcome your pain, you want to overcome your trauma, but there's no love. Where is the love? Black Eyed Peas. Where is the love? Love is the key. You want to heal? You need love. You need a loving community. You need loving people around you. You need to love yourself. Love yourself so much that you love yourself out of your trauma, out of your pain, out of your insecurities. You love yourself so much that you go, fuck that. I'm not going to allow other people's opinions to define me. I'm not going to allow what happened 20 years ago to continue to control my future and what I'm creating, debilitate me. I'm not going to allow what happened in the past that I didn't have control over, or I just wasn't as intelligent or aware as I am now, to control how I live my future. It's all here and it's all stored in your body. Yeah, it's mental, memory, man. Embrace the awareness of how powerful your mind is, that you can remember shit that happened 30 years ago. Now, if you can remember things that happened in the past, then wow, you can create some beautiful memories by taking action and making the right choices and decisions from this day forward, so that in 10 years' time, you look back at this day and you go, fuck me, I'm the best. I'm amazing. I took some action. I believed in myself. I changed my fucking life. I invested in myself. I'm proud of myself. I got back up. Every single time I fell, I got back up. And I'm here now because of what I did 10 years ago. I decided to create some memories for me. Some good ones. That's the power of your mind. It's the power of your actions, the power of what you want to decide from today onwards. What kind of life do I want? Where do I see myself in 5 years' time? Where do I see myself in 10 years' time? Because time is flying. It doesn't give a shit about you. It's going to keep ticking and ticking and ticking, and it goes really quick. The last 5 years went so quick. The last 10 years went so quick. The next 5, the next 10 is going to do the same shit. And if you don't get off your ass and fucking take action, you're going to be the one that looks back after 5 or 10 years and go and be in the same fucking spot. Now, I don't know about you, man, but that ain't fucking me. And I think, actually, I do know about you. That's not going to be you. If you're listening to the Luke Mind Power podcast, you're fucking sharing this shit. You're speaking this shit. You're believing in yourself. You're learning to love yourself. You continue to listen and listen and listen. It ain't going to be fucking you. That's for fucking certain. Okay? I know that as a fact. Because you cannot continue to consume this information and feel this fucking power that I'm sending to you right now and be in the same place in 5 years' time. That's not possible. It's not possible. My energy, my wisdom, my belief in you, it's infiltrating your mind right now. Sorry. Keep listening. Okay? Because I'm going to brainwash the shit out of you to believe in yourself, to love yourself, so you can freaking live your dreams, not your fears, so you can fuck everything off that is draining you, that brings you down, that lowers your vibe, that stops you from living your best life. That's what you're going to become aware of if you keep listening to this. I'm going to keep brainwashing you, man, to keep going in the right direction, not in the wrong direction. I'm going to keep brainwashing you to be authentic, brainwashing you to love the shit out of yourself, brainwashing you to realize that your past is not here to control you. You're here to free yourself. Your job is to alleviate your suffering, because you've been suffering for too long. You've been in your own way for too long. I don't know how many more months, days, years, seconds, minutes, all that shit you want to keep going on. But that doesn't need to be your life. Your past is not your future. Your future is what you want it to be. And just because things haven't worked out up until now doesn't mean it can't change. Doesn't mean you're not going to freaking succeed. Doesn't mean you're not going to get what you deserve. Everything that's happened in your life has happened on purpose, happened for a reason, meant to happen. You're blessed. You're blessed that it didn't work out for you. You needed that rejection. You needed to fall. You needed to fail. You needed to feel like shit. That's what you needed. And you're probably sitting there going, what do you mean I fucking need it? How can I need that stuff? It's like, yeah, you needed that. Why? Because it's your fuel. You need that pain because your pain is your power. Your pain is your rocket fuel. That's why you're going to succeed. Because they came to bring you down. But you're too good for that, man. You're too powerful. You won't be fucking defeated. You won't be brought down. No matter what anyone fucking says to you, you're never going to fucking be defeated. You're going to keep going. You're going to keep pushing. You're going to keep working. You're going to keep showing up. You're going to keep stay consistent. Because they don't know what you have. I know what you have. You got comeback power. You got greatness. You got shit that people haven't freaking felt before. They don't understand how you are doing what you're doing. They don't understand how you're still fucking here. They don't understand how you haven't given up. Because you just know how to get back up. But now, you're going to go in the right direction. You're going to step into your power. You're going to stop being your own worst enemy. You're going to stop saying shit like, It's easy for you to say. It's easier said than done. Stop complaining. Stop talking shit about other people. Stop gossiping. Start having your own back. I know it's not easy. And I have challenges all the time. I'm not perfect. But you know what? I fucking get back up. I don't feel the best sometimes. Sometimes I have off days. But guess what? Sometimes I have to check myself. Sometimes I have to step back and be grateful. Sometimes I forget about my greatness. Sometimes I forget that I'm doing what I'm doing. Sometimes I forget how many lives I'm changing, how many people I'm inspiring. I forget it because it becomes such a habit. Just like I said at the beginning of the episode, you become so unconscious with the things that you're doing that it becomes normal. You don't even realize that you're doing it. Hence why practicing gratitude, grounding yourself every day, looking around consciously at what you have, what you've achieved, who you've become, self-reflection, because it's so easy to lose sight, so easy to not feel enough, so easy to think that, oh my gosh, I'm not where I'm supposed to fucking be. And it's like, man, look where the fuck you are, man. You're amazing. You've done so much. It's okay. It's good to be ambitious. But remember that when you're living a life, the way you feel matters. And this is what this is about. Like, you want to ask yourself the question, how do I feel in this moment? How do I feel? Do I feel happy? Do I feel content? Am I feeling good about life right now? What do I need? Do I need some more space? Do I need more solitude? Do I need more time with me? Do I need a holiday? Do I need to get a new job? Do I need to break up with this person? Do I need to stop talking to this friend? Do I need some more friends? What do I need? Consoling yourself. I was actually talking to one of my clients today and I was like, you know what? We don't realize that we have all the answers. I've done this in the past. That you can go for a walk with yourself and say, hey, instead of calling your friend that you always call. And let me tell you how I came to this conclusion. Back in 2021, when my mother triggered me, she triggered the shit out of me, man. She's so amazing. I love my mom. I'm so grateful that she triggers me. I hope she keeps triggering me for the rest of my life because I'm so powerful because of these triggers. And that's why I want you to know that when you get triggered, man, it's your freaking fuel. You know that feeling? Oh, man, it hurts, eh? It fucking hurts. Like your face goes red and you get angry and you get upset and you don't know what to do and you can't breathe properly. Your heart rate's going up and you're like, oh my God. That is the best. You know, that infuriates me. Fucking makes me powerful, man. I get crazy and shit, you know? This is like why I'm so... Ah, shit, man. Thanks, Mom. I love you. One day you're going to listen to my podcast. Actually, you're never going to listen to my podcast. I know you're not going to listen to my podcast, but one day I'm going to force you to sit in the front row of my fucking speech when there's 400, not that much, let's say 20,000, 30,000 people, and Mum, you're going to fucking sit at the front row, and I'm going to be on stage, and I'm going to freaking smash it, right? And you're going to, and then I'm going to say, thank you, Mum, for triggering the shit out of me because you made me who I am. Because I didn't let those triggers win. That's what's going to happen. And somehow her faith, what she believes in, I believe it's very powerful. She's very spiritual, man. She prays all the time and she prays for me. I receive her energy, man. It's beautiful. I'm like, Mum, keep praying for Luke because it's working. I receive it, man. It's awesome. But she triggered me, man. And it was pretty like full on, eh? It was hardcore shit, you know. I reacted, I slammed the door, I swore at her. And in that moment, this was 2021, you know, I started Luke Mind Power 2018, end of 2018. And I was in my room in my parents' house. Before I started coaching, I didn't have any coaching programs or anything. I lost it, man. Like, she triggered me so hard that I couldn't breathe properly. My heart rate was like, it was like massive trauma, like massive pain, massive, like just shock. My body was in fight or flight completely. And for the next week, I was depressed. I didn't come out of the room unless I wanted to eat. I stopped talking to my mum. And I basically lost myself. I lost, Luke Mind Power was gone. I became a child again. That's what I was. I became that kid, that hurt kid, insecure child, insecure little Luke, scared little Luke. That's what I became. And so in that moment, I started researching, I went on YouTube, and I don't know, it's just how my mind worked. I was like, I have to freaking figure out a way to heal this. I have to figure out a way how to help myself, how to overcome this. How do I deal with this? Why is this happening all the time? So I went onto YouTube and I typed it in. I said, how to heal your inner child. And I found a beautiful soul. I'll definitely meet her one day, I'm sure, and I'll tell her this story. Lisa Romano on YouTube. And I watched a video on how to heal your inner child. That took me down the road, and you'll get what I'm getting at, guys, right now as you're listening, okay? Codependency. That I started learning about inner child stuff and healing that part of me. And then she took me down into some videos about codependency, and I didn't really know what that was, right? And then it really opened my mind and my eyes to like what I was doing. Because there was a moment there after I had gotten over that week, and I'd, grown a bit and did some research and did some journaling and stuff. And eventually I, came back out of my room. And then I noticed, and I became very aware of my own dependencies on anything external. And one of those things was with my mum, right? And so I noticed that I'm sitting in the kitchen, and my mum just won't give me the love that I want. She won't say, Luke, I'm so proud of you. I believe in you. Like, what you're doing is amazing. I'm so proud of your growth. Look at how you're changing people's lives. Like, nothing. No matter what the fuck I do, speaking and everything that I do, no recognition, right? So I'm like, fucking hell, man, what do I need to do to get my mum's approval? To get my mum to be proud of me? Drop the fucking like whole religious stuff that I'm not speaking about Jesus and the Bible, right? Even though it's a fucking powerful book, man. Jesus is a great person. I love that guy. Just like he loves me, I'm sure. But she couldn't drop it, And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow, I just had an epiphany, a light bulb. Boom. And it was a pretty mad fucking moment, because then and there, I'm sitting there in my kitchen with my mum. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at her and I'm like, fuck, I'm constantly wanting that validation from her. It's like I'm not enough unless she tells me that she's happy and proud of what I'm doing. And there's a video on TikTok that I did, and if you scroll down to my feed, you can find it on Instagram as well, back in 2021. And at the top, it says, validate yourself. And that was the moment that I started to validate myself, that I realized that, wow, I'm waiting for someone else's approval so that I can feel good enough, so that I can be happy with myself, so that I can be proud of my own achievements. Because I'm not going to be happy until someone else tells me that I'm doing the right thing. And that was the moment there where I said, you know what? I don't fucking need anyone's approval. The only approval that I need is myself. So from that moment on, I started to talk to myself and tell myself that I validate you, that I approve of you, that you're enough, Luke, just the way you are. You don't need anyone's approval. And so one of the things that I started to do when I would have a shower at my parents' house, I would sit down on the floor in the shower, and I would hug myself naked. I'd hug myself and I would talk to my inner child. And I would hug myself while the water's pouring, and I would just say to myself, I love you, Luke. You're enough. You're enough. I love you. I validate you. You're amazing. You don't need anyone to approve of you. We got this. I got your back. That's how deep I go, bro. Like, you're listening to this going, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Going in the shower, hugging yourself. I'm like, yeah, man. Why do you think I'm so fucking powerful? Because I've done the work. Because I reconnected with my inner power, with my inner, because I got my own fucking back. And you wonder why I am the way that I am. Because I ain't waiting for no one. Waiting for someone to come and tell me that I'm good enough. Waiting for someone else to approve of me. Waiting for someone to come in the morning and knock at the door and say, oh my gosh, Luke, you're so great. What the fuck are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? What do you need? You need someone to approve of you? Someone to fucking write a letter and say, you are good enough. Go ahead and live your fucking dreams. That's what you're waiting for? Because it ain't fucking coming. So I took it upon myself. Give myself the power. I don't need anyone to say yes to me. I fucking say yes to me. I show up for me. And so this is the result. This is what happens when you show up for you. It's what happens when you have your own back. It's what happens when you say fuck you to everyone who doubts you, doesn't believe in you, thinks that you're fucking crazy. Let them fucking think you're crazy. Actions speak louder than words. And you don't fucking stop until you win. And when you win, you keep going. Be so good they can't ignore you. That's how powerful you are. So as I kept going through this journey, I became aware of this whole dependency. Like, ask yourself the question right now, what are you dependent on? What is it outside of your body, outside of yourself, that you feel that I need that? If I don't have that, I'm not good enough. If I don't have that friend that I can call every single time I've got a problem, I'm going to be unhappy, right? If I don't talk to my mom, or if I don't talk to my sister, or if I don't talk to my friends at work, are you dependent? If I don't have a drink, if I don't snort a line of coke, if I don't have some fucking weed, what is it? If I don't watch fucking Netflix every day, if I don't fucking turn the TV on and watch news every day, if I don't have a glass of wine every day, ask yourself the question, what are you dependent on? Because for you to be healing, for you to be healthy, for you to be whole and content, complete, all on your own, you need to be not dependent on nothing. And so what I came to realize in that moment was that I was also becoming aware of this whole dependency. Like, what am I dependent? I'm dependent on my mum to tell me that I'm good enough, that she loves me, she believes in me, she supports me. Okay. What I then went deeper in friendships as well. And most of you will know my best friend Danilo, he's a DJ. And we've been bouncing off each other for years, right? Especially the last few years, especially when we've been supporting each other's entrepreneurship, lifestyle, and change and growth and success. And what I noticed was that we talk a lot. Every time I have an issue or a problem or stressed or something, I'll call him. I ask myself the question, am I codependent from Danilo? Like, I can't survive without calling him. Like, that's how much we had that connection, and call whenever you want. Let's have a chat. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Right? And so I asked myself the question. That's why I'm saying to you, man, like, are you dependent on a friend that you fucking talk to every day and you don't feel good enough unless you talk to that person? Because that's unhealthy in a sense. Okay. Listen, I'm not here to tell you what to do. Okay. Do whatever you want, but have a balance, right? And so what I wanted to discover within myself is that I'm whole and complete all on my own, and I'm okay. I can figure it out for myself. I don't need to always get on the phone and ask that question. Get on the phone and console. Get on the phone and have a chat. Get on the phone and get some advice. So that's what I did in terms of understanding that I'm not dependent on anyone. So what I do, I stopped talking to Danilo for 2 weeks. Stop calling him. Just to see, like, can I survive? Can I live? Can I just be me? Can I just deal with my own shit without calling anyone and consoling anyone? And the answer was yes, I can. So I'm not dependent. I proved it to myself. I'm not dependent. Okay, we are emotional beings. We emulate each other. We love surrounding ourselves with people, right? but it's very easy to get influenced by others. It's very easy to lose yourself in other people's lives. Okay. It's very easy to stay in a limited space of your life because you're surrounded by particular people. So it's very, very, very important for you to be conscious and aware of the people that you're surrounding yourself with constantly. But this dependency is so liberating, because when you start to understand what I've just shared with you, what I'm sharing with you is powerful, man. Like, you realize that, man, you don't need anyone. And this is, again, there's this whole concept of self-love. And I know that it's become a worldwide phenomenon. A lot more people are talking about celebrities, Miley Cyrus for one of them, right? But I feel like, because there's been so many, and even narcissism and toxic relationships, manipulation, and fucking really bad shit in relationships, and especially from the female point of view. And I can appreciate that. There's, I know it goes both ways, but for myself, I've heard a lot of toxic relationships or narcissistic relationships from the male, the male being the one that is the narcissist, right? And so when you go through this and then you want to heal, right? Then you go through a journey of self-love. And especially for example, Shakira did a song about Gerard Piqué, she's a famous singer. He's a football player, and he cheated on her, right? Well, apparently that's the story, right? And let's just use this as an example. So he cheated on her, and he'd been seeing this other girl for quite some time, and they're married, right? They got kids and shit. So now, she moves forward in her life and is hurt, is upset, you can imagine how she's feeling. And I thought I read something there as well that she was very I guess a really negative approach to men, toxic masculinity and all that stuff, right? So men are bad, and and so this whole self-love thing can be taken real out of context, right? Because now what people are thinking is that I don't want to be in a relationship, and I just want to love myself, and I'm not open to that, right? Because fucking everyone's fucked, basically. Once you've been broken and hurt and taken advantage of and shit like that for so many years, right? And that's what I'm just saying. So a reason why I'm sharing this, guys, is because I want you to be aware of relationships in general and what self-love actually is. And self-love is not about you distancing yourself from people. Self-love is not about you rejecting other people or saying I'm better than you, or I'm not open to relationships or whatever. Self-love is just a journey you go on in order to heal your fucking shit. That's it. Self-love is a journey you go on so that you can evolve, so that you can know your worth, know your power, right? And then attract a healthy relationship that is good for you. It's not about you blocking yourself and saying, okay, that's it, I'm done. No, I'm not going to fucking be in another relationship ever again in my life. And I can appreciate when you've been through something really traumatic or abusive or toxic for many, many years, or you've been married, for example, fucking 3 times. I can even shout out to Cindy Grabowski. She's one of my clients, and she's been married 4 times, man. And she on the 4th marriage, she made it. She never gave up. It's like you can think, I'm never going to get married. And, look, everyone's different, okay? And you can go through some shit experiences and go, nah, it's not for me, man. I'm done, I'm not going to get married again. It's whatever. And it's cool, I'm not here to tell you anything, how you need to live your life. You do what's right for you, okay? But it's just this open approach that, I really believe that there is a soulmate on every single frequency that you're on, and that's crazy, because if you can imagine frequencies, right? Vibration, right now you're at this level, and there's definitely someone on this frequency for me, right? But this is not where I'm staying. I'm growing, I'm going up, Let's not talk about that. The purpose of this conversation is just to help you become aware that, don't allow somebody else's inability to love you ruin it for somebody else up ahead who will be able to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. Okay? because I really, really believe that there is someone out there for you. And it's a matter of you healing, growing, evolving, and attracting. Your job is not to chase. Your job is to attract. Okay? There is someone out there, and it may not be now, because right now you got to go through a process. If that's you that I'm talking to, and you've come out of a toxic relationship, or you've just come out of a marriage, or you're not looking for a relationship, that's cool. Chill out, focus on your purpose, focus on your business, focus on your kids, focus on, your goals, your dreams, what you're trying to do right now, focus on your healing. But just know, I'm just planting the seed for you, okay? There's someone out there that's manifesting you. There's someone out there that wants your love because it's so healthy, and you deserve theirs. You deserve it. You deserve to be treated with love and respect and with loyalty. You deserve to be appreciated, because I know how much you give. And I know if you're listening to the Luke Mind Power podcast, you're like me. When you fucking give, when you love, man, you're full on. Like you over deliver. Like you give your heart and your fucking soul. Like you give all of you and more. That much. The only thing is that up until now, not everybody has been able to receive that from you, be able to appreciate. They're not ready for it. So you get hurt and you experience these situations that you go through that hurt you, reject you, that make you feel like you're not enough. Now, that doesn't mean you quit. Doesn't mean you stop. Doesn't mean that you give up. It means that you get back up and you understand that this is a part of the journey, that life is a journey. This is a part of your massive success. This is a part of the story that you're going to share in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, that someone's going to be inspired by. It's going to be their survival guide, because they're going to be going through some shit. And because you get the courage to stand up and speak your truth and share your story, someone hears your story who wants to neck themselves, kill themselves, but they hear your story. That's the power of communication. That's the power of your voice. They hear your story of resilience, of abuse, of manipulation, of deceit, how you persevered and you never gave up and you kept showing up. And so they decide to get back up as well, to believe, to have some faith. But not only that, man, like a lot of us have kids and children and younger adults in our lives. And what kind of an example are you showing? Because like we're not going to be here forever, and then they're going to be bloody living in this world. How are you programming and conditioning them? How are you teaching them to be strong, resilient, confident? I think one of the best things about leaving a toxic marriage or a toxic relationship, especially when there's kids involved, one of the best things that I think you could ever do in your life is to do exactly what's right for you. Like teach your kids to stand up for yourself. Because they don't understand. You can't expect a fucking 13, 19, 22-year-old, 25-year-old to understand why mummy and daddy, or if it's a same-sex marriage or couple or whatever, that you decided to leave. Did you see that? I'm being inclusive as well. So I'm thinking about everybody. That you decided to leave. And you're expecting them as a child to understand why you don't want to be together anymore. And they're hurting because they're like, no, this is normal. This is family union. You should be together. We want you together in the house. So yeah, let's stay together unhappy, where it's very negative and toxic and we're biting each other's heads off, fucking arguing and fighting and shit, cheating on each other, so that the kids can continue to feel this negative pain and negative energy in this environment. Instead, you do the opposite. And you realize that, wow, this is not what I thought it was. This is really unhealthy. And for the sake of the child, right, I'm going to do exactly what's right for me, which is remove myself from a toxic relationship, from something that's hurting me, so that I can grow and heal, so that I can be the best version of myself, so that I can provide my child with a healthy environment where they don't have to put up with this fucking toxic shit. Don't expect the child to understand. Expect the child to get to 30 or 35 and then be in its own fucking relationship and remember, I remember when mum left that relationship because it was fucking shit. And I'm going through the same thing now. What do I do? I'm going to fucking leave. I'm not going to stay. Like, you are teaching. You're teaching the kids, man. How are you teaching them? Are you teaching them to surround themselves with fucking shit people and to stay in abusive or toxic or manipulative relationships? Or are you teaching them that you stand up for your fucking self? That you do exactly what's right for you? Because the kids will manipulate you too. You know, they'll fucking tell you that, you know, you can't be with another partner or whatever because that's not my parent. I don't want to be around them. And they just won't understand. That's all it is. It's just understanding. But if they're in your shoes, that's the challenge, you know. This is the challenge of many people, not just in these situations, just those who judge don't understand, and those who understand, they don't judge. So I sit here with you and I put myself in your shoes and I hear you. I get it. But in that kind of dynamic, it's hard for them to understand. But do it anyway. You're the one. Like, you are the leader. You are leading by example. How are you leading by example? How are you making an impact in this world in a positive way? Are you conforming to what your family wants? Your uncles, your cousins, your friends, your family, your mom, your dad? Are you conforming to their beliefs, to what they expect of you? Are you conforming to the community, to the government, to fucking what everybody else is doing? Or are you living your truth? Or are you doing exactly what's right for you? Not what's right for anyone else. Fuck them. This is your life. Your job is to tap into your spirit, your true divine essence, because it's there. It's calling you. And there are times during the day, times during the week where you feel this pull. You feel there's something there and you're just like, I don't know what it is, but this something feels off. It's around people, your work, maybe at the gym, wherever it is. You'll be driving, something feels off, you know. You feel it within yourself and you're just like, I don't know what it is. It's like, yeah, your soul. It's like yearning for freedom, yearning for you to speak your truth, yearning for you to stand up for yourself, yearning for you to leave that toxic relationship, yearning for you to leave that shit job, yearning for you to go fucking holidays because you're fucking burnt out too much, yearning for you to do what's right for you, yearning for you to believe in yourself, to give yourself more attention. Your soul is like that energy, your spirit combined. It's like it's there, you know. Because you're not your body. Don't get it twisted. Everyone, like in the past, everyone you programmed to judge people by the physical appearance. Your body is just a fucking meat suitcase. This is a vessel. It doesn't define who I am. Where's the energy coming? It's coming from inside. I'm speaking this truth from the energy that's coming from within. It's not, my body is not the words that are coming out of my mouth. Right? Don't get it twisted. Judge people because of the way that they look. It's not fucking who they are. You don't know their story. You don't know what they've been through. But you judge them straight away because they look a specific way. I've learned that many times. You judge too quickly. Be a leader. Be the example, man. Go against the grain. Stop going around in circles and doing the same shit, being the same, doing the same, thinking the same. And then your life is the same and nothing changes. And if nothing changes and you keep doing the same shit, and 10 years later, like I said earlier on, 10 years later, you're going to look back and you're still going to be the same. But guess what? It's not going to happen. Like I said, you're listening to this podcast, okay? You're listening to this, it's not going to happen, okay? Because I'm going to keep waking you up to your greatness. I'm going to keep helping you believe in yourself. And you're going to keep helping me share this podcast to your friends so more people can freaking wake up to their greatness. More people can believe in themselves. More people can step out of their comfort zone and get out of their own way, because you've got so much genius, greatness, brilliance, fucking so much within you that you haven't even discovered. You haven't even scratched the surface of how powerful you are. You're always focusing on everything that's not going right. You're focusing on where you're not, focusing on what you don't have. It's like, man, you know how much shit you do have? Start focusing on everything that you do have. Start freaking seeing the greatness in yourself, seeing the beauty, being grateful for like all the shit that you've gone through and you've overcome, and the shit that you're still going through and you're still here. Like, give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself some more credit. Man, it's a tough journey, but let me tell you, man, the harder the climb, the sweeter the view at the top. If your life is hard, that's just because you're freaking powerful. You're meant to go through tough times because tough times build character. Tough times build strength. In the moment, it will never make sense. Right now, what you're going through, it will not make sense. If you're going through some shit right now, it will not make sense. But let me tell you what I've learned from every rejection, from everything that went wrong, from everything that didn't work out for me. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm sure you've heard this from other speakers and podcast hosts and other people sharing your story about, last year or 5 years ago or 10 years ago, I went through this. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Not getting married was the best thing that ever happened to me. Not having a fucking child was the best thing that ever happened to me. Being rejected by the girl that I thought I wanted to be with, that I thought was the one, was the best thing that ever happened to me. Losing over $100,000 was the best fucking thing that ever happened to me. But I chose to not give up. So 5 years later, I'm living my dreams. I'm hanging out with you. I feel blessed. It's a blessing to be alive. I'm going to read this card. Cut out the toxic shit. Don't fucking give up, okay? I'm talking to you, man. All right? What you're dealing with is fucking powerful. You're going through some shit. It's necessary. It is so necessary. You feel that shit. You feel uncomfortable. It's crap. It's shit. It's really bad. But you're going to get through it. This is building you. It's your rocket fuel. You're a fucking rocket and you're about to take off, man. But you need some more fuel, right? I know you feel like, this is my punching bag. I'm getting fucking punched. It's fucking uncomfortable. It keeps coming and coming and coming. And you're like, why? Why does it have to keep coming? And it's like, because you need this fucking power. You need this strength, because your calling, your purpose is so fucking important. And if you don't go through this shit, you will not be able to manage and deal with everything that's coming up for you, because you have massive success coming up, massive abundance. Shit that you wouldn't be able to handle if you don't go through this shit right now. So you keep fucking going. And one thing you can do is make sure that you cut out the toxic shit. Pay attention to how you feel. Tune into your energy, okay? Everything is energy, right? Once you get tapped into learning to really love yourself and build this healthy, strong, powerful, connected relationship with yourself, you're going to understand your energy. Because you're not disconnected anymore. That's why we're so depleted, drained, have anxiety, depression. We're fucking disassociated. We're not connected with our spirit. This is why we're not understanding our energy. It's so crucial. Once you learn this shit, man, fucking game over. Pay attention to how you feel around certain people and situations, and trim the toxic accordingly. You are no longer available for things that make you feel like shit. And the moment that I eliminated everything that I felt didn't inspire me, empower me, complement my life, motivate me, uplift me, everything changed. Was I understood? Of course I wasn't. Did people have questions? Of course they did. Did I answer them? Listen to my podcast and I'll answer them for you. You have the courage, the grit, the grind, the confidence. It's there, man. It's in you. You can do it. To say no. Say yes. you will attract everything that's meant for you. You don't have to force shit. What you've attracted in your life thus far that may not be complementing your life, that's just all a lesson. It came to teach you some stuff. So now you've built your strength of who you are today, and it's time for you to move on. Okay? Situations, experiences, and people come into your life just temporarily, specifically sometimes, just to teach you what you needed to know so you can move forward. Not so you can linger. You're not a fucking bad smell. You don't fucking stay there, okay? If you're listening to this, you understand, and you're starting to understand and pay attention to your own power, to your own extraordinary self, that you have a purpose, you have a calling, and there's stuff that's happening right now in your life that doesn't make sense, but it's all happening for you. It's teaching you. It's helping you. Even when it doesn't make sense, it's going to all make sense. And so you got to move. You got to get yourself around people. You got to listen to podcasts that inspire you. You got to freaking get yourself around people in masterminds and get a mentor, get a coach, invest in yourself. Get around people that are doing bigger things than you, that are opening your mind to like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that it was even possible. Like, I got to tell you, man, a couple of few experiences that I've been through recently, when I'm hearing people doing bigger things than me, and like, I'm just like, fuck, I didn't know you could do that. And then I'm like, okay, if they can do it, so can I. But unless you start freaking surrounding yourself with bigger people, man, guess what? You're limiting yourself. You are limiting yourself. So I have an announcement to make, which is pretty awesome. And this is something that I've been manifesting, and you're going to be able to get the tickets for this. I'll leave it in the show notes, in the podcast description, okay? So you'll get the tickets for this. The link will be there. But I guess I manifested this. I guess I attracted it. A beautiful friend of mine, Suzanne from California, I did a podcast with her actually last year. She reached out to me a few months ago, about a month and a bit ago, depends on when you're listening to this episode. And she's like, Luke, I want to do an event. And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. And you know what? Since 2019, so you get what I'm saying. I'm doing an event, and I'll tell you some more details. I'm going to be speaking on stage in front of people. Fuck. 2019, when I went to America and I came back to Australia, I knew, like then and there, I was like, Australia is not my place. I knew that America was my place, or the outside of Australia was my market, you know. And not saying there's anything wrong with Australia, but obviously, you know, there's such a massive population of people outside of Australia. We're just small. We have 25 million or 26 million people. And so I already knew this. Like I knew, because my level of greatness is not limited to just this location. I'm too powerful for that. You know, I'm worldwide. My greatness is so grand that it covers the whole earth. And that's just my own self-awareness of who I am and where I'm going, you know, and it's completely up to you to believe in what you want to believe in and what you want to achieve. You can limit yourself and say, you know, I just want to like inspire 100 people, or I'd like to just, you know, sell 100 cards, or I'd like to have a cafe, just one, you know. Or you could say, I'd like to have fucking 10,000 cafes. I'd like to have fucking 10 restaurants in every single country in the world. Up to you, you know? Everyone's different. You can dream big, or you can have a big dream that's small. Completely up to you. But given who I am, it scares the shit out of me. And this is what your freedom, this is what your dreams is all about. If it doesn't scare you, it ain't big enough. And when I think about me on stage speaking in front of people, it scares the shit out of me. And that's why I have to conquer it. So I have an event coming up in September. It's the 27th and 28th. There are 2 days for this event as well. And it's in Laguna Beach in California. And I'm going to be freaking smashing that fucking stage. So if you guys want to come, man, I'm inviting you because I want to see you. I want to meet you, and you better bloody buy some tickets. So you'll be able to find those tickets in the show notes, in the description of this podcast episode. And you'll also be able to find it on my Instagram and my website as well. So get ready, because I'm freaking coming, man. I'm coming to California, And I'm super pumped and excited because it's going to be magical. It's going to be extraordinary. And I'm so grateful for my friend Suzanne for creating this event and also giving me this opportunity as well, because I know that I'm just going to quantum leap my success. And, not only that, but just, my growth is going to expand, and my confidence, and, getting on stage in front of people is definitely something that I haven't conquered yet, because obviously I do a lot of podcasting. I do a lot of coaching virtually on Zoom, and getting up on stage is a completely different perspective and experience, right? And something that you have to practice and do it over and over and over again. And I just know that you listen to me on my podcast, and can you imagine when I really get comfortable on the stage, what's going to happen at events? Shit. It's going to be ridiculous. So I know, like, I'm going to have people calling me from freaking everywhere wanting to speak on their stages. I know that. It's just a matter of time, you know what I mean? So it's exciting, but I guess I have to keep trusting the process. I have to keep going through the journey. I wouldn't be able to attract this kind of an opportunity had I not persevered, had I not taken action, had I not stayed consistent, had I not been disciplined, had I not believed in myself, had I let other people's opinions control me and define me, and not helped myself love myself and heal myself and show up and do what I'm doing, So it's pretty amazing what you can do, guys, if you get out of your own way. And it's not about knowing. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know the journey. I've never done this before, right? And you can sit there and doubt yourself. You can sit there and go, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Or I don't know which way to go. Or I don't know what to do. And it's like, you're not supposed to know. I didn't know shit, man. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just taking action. I get that from my brother-in-law. I go, bro, how do you become so successful? Like, how are you doing like all this business stuff? And he goes, I don't know. And I'm just like, fuck you, man. So I kind of adopted his mindset a little bit, because I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm just being myself. And that's why you're free. Because when you can be yourself and not give a shit about losing people, the most important person that you never want to lose is yourself. When people reject you, never reject yourself. Okay? You will always get what's meant for you. You will always attract the right people into your life. And what's meant for you will not suffice. What I mean by that is that what's meant for you will always be. And you don't have to force it. You don't have to fight for it. Okay? You don't have to beg for it. It will gravitate towards you, right? Surround yourself with people that can match your energy. Not people that drain you. Don't surround yourself with people that are depleting you and putting you down and judging you and questioning you all the time. Okay. Yeah, good constructive criticism sometimes is pretty good, and having some people that check in on you or check you because maybe you're off the rails a bit or something, that's nice, But you know who your people are. Okay. But never be afraid of speaking up and speaking your truth and doing exactly what's right for you, because that is where you move your compass into alignment with your North Star. And that is where you live your dreams. Your authenticity is what will help you to activate your greatness, for you to discover your purpose, and for you to not live in fear. The fear and the doubt, it's always going to be there. It's part of your fucking mental programming, okay? Your mind is designed to keep you safe and keep you alive. Anything that you haven't experienced before, that's unfamiliar, there's resistance, okay? There's resistance to change. There's resistance to something you don't know because you've never done it. Even if you imagine it 50,000 times. I'm imagining myself on a stage. I'm imagining myself on a stage. I get to the fucking stage. I'm fucking nervous. Do you stop? Do you run? Or do you go, nah, fuck this, man. I'm going to fail. I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to have the courage to do it. and I'm going to get better and better and better. Just like my podcast, man. I had no idea what I was doing on podcast. My fucking imposter syndrome when I started coaching, I was like, oh my God, can I really help people? Can I get paid for helping people? Is this real? I don't know if I can do it, you know? And it's all baloney. It's fucking mental. Your mind is just bullshit convincing you that you can't do it and you're not capable, but it's fucking amazing. That's why you just got to take the action, have faith in yourself, believe, and love yourself enough to just not let fear control you and love your fear. Give your fear the love and say, hey, freaking hell, I'm feeling you right now. And the other thing that I do all the time as well, you know, is when my heart rate increases, if I get nervous because I'm going on stage or because I'm interviewing someone or whatever, is that's a reminder of my inner child. Okay. So in the future, guys, if you ever go through an experience where you're getting nervous or something's coming up and you've got to do something, maybe you're going for an interview or whatever, I know that it can be the reaction of just you're a bit anxious because you don't know what's going to happen or whatever it is. But use this mindset. Pretend as if your heart beating, right? Your face is going a bit red. You're blushing. Your heart is beating faster, right? Because it knows something's going to happen. And basically what that is it's your inner child, okay? I want you to imagine your younger version of yourself, and it's inside of you and it's knocking. And it's like, I'm fucking scared. Hey, don't do this. Don't do it. I'm scared. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to make a mistake. I'm probably going to fail. Don't, please stop. I don't feel like I'm good enough. I don't think I can do it. I'm not confident enough. I'm afraid. I'm afraid they won't love me. Inside of you is knocking and your heartbeat is fucking pumping and you're nervous and you're anxious and you're scared. Worried about what people are going to think of you. Worried about fucking up. And then you consciously are aware of what's going on in your body and you're like, hey, I love you. I'm here to protect you. I got your back. It's going to be okay. We got this. And you, as your adult self, show up and protect your inner child, give them love, and take motherfucking action. Because you got this. That's how powerful you are. Because you got your own back. You're acknowledging them. You're loving them. That's powerful. It's a blessing to be alive. I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Never give up. Make sure you share this with your friends, okay? And remember that you are only always one decision away from a completely different life. That's facts. Just one. Everything you do today that helps you in a positive way is helping you become a better version of yourself tomorrow. So make sure you take action, you set yourself some goals, and you keep moving towards those goals, because before you know it, you'll achieve them all. Okay? Peace out. I love you. I'll see you soon. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery and growth. If you're ready to grow and reach your full potential and find inner peace, send me a DM that says, I want inner peace, and I'll send you the next steps. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to. When you change your mind, you change your whole life. So don't hesitate and send that DM over to me. Myself and my team can't wait to meet you and witness your transformation in full glory. See you next week.